over the fantasy basketball season. And here's a few forwards on the rise this week. The first guy, Kyle Kuzma of the Washington Wizards. So Kuzma, everyone knew he had talent. And he's a guy that could go out there and play good basketball. But right here, he just needed more playing time and a guy that could go out there and produce. And he's definitely doing that for the Wizards. On the season, 14.8 points a game, 8.3 rebounds, 2.9 assists, 1.9 threes a game, and 44% from the field. But the last few weeks here for Kuzma, he's gone off 23.7 points a game, 10.3 rebounds, 2 threes a game, 3 assists, and 50% from the field. So right now, he's one of the better scorers over the last few weeks here at the forward position. And the last few games here for Kuzma, January 1st versus the Bulls, 29 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 threes, 66% from the field. January 3rd versus the Hornets, 36 points, 14 boards, 6 assists, a steal, 6 threes, 50% from the field. And January 5th versus Houston, 24 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, a block, and 45% from the field. So right now, he's playing great basketball. He's scoring at a high rate. And he's one of the better players in fantasy, like I mentioned, over the last couple of weeks. Ranked 35th overall in that time. So definitely a forward on the rise this week. The next guy is Josh Hart of the New Orleans Pelicans. So the Pelicans, it's been a tough season for them, no doubt about it. Especially with Zion Williamson, who's been out the whole year so far, and who knows when he's coming back. But anyway, for Josh Hart, 12.9 points a game, 7.4 rebounds, 4.5 assists, a 3 a game, and 52% from the field. But the last few weeks here for Hart, he's rising up the ranking board. 19 points a game, 9.2 rebounds, 5.4 assists, a steal, 2.2 threes a game, and 53% from the field here for Hart. So in this time, in the last few weeks, he's ranked number 38 in fantasy basketball. And the last few games here for Hart, January 1st in Milwaukee, 14 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, a steal, a block, a 3, 38% from the field. So you just an assist away from a triple-double. January 3rd versus Utah, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, a block, 2 threes, 54% from the field. And January 4th versus Phoenix, 15 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, a 3, 44% from the field. So Hart, he's given fantasy owners 4 or 5 categories right now. The only thing he has to improve on is obviously his field goal percentage. But everything else, he's getting the job done. He's playing good basketball, and he's definitely a forward on the rise this week. The next forward, Sadiq Bey of the Detroit Pistons. I mentioned Bey early in the week as a sell-high candidate, and he's putting up great numbers, no doubt about it. This Bey on the season, 15.1 points a game, 6.4 rebounds, 2.5 assists, a steal, 2.3 threes a game, and 37% from the field. But the last couple weeks here, he's ranked 40th in fantasy basketball in the time, 24 points a game, 9.2 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 4 threes a game, and 41% from the field here for Bey. So the last few games here, he's put up big numbers. January 1st versus the Spurs, 21 points, 17 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 threes, 30% from the field. January 3rd in Milwaukee, 34 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, 8 threes, 54% from the field. And January 5th at Charlotte, 11 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, a steal, 3 threes, and 30% from the field. So right here, I mentioned to sell him high early in the week, and I think that's going to be the case. They got Cade Cunningham coming back. The last few days he's been in the lineup, and Isaiah Stewart should be back any day now after he gets his conditioning under him. So right here, Sadiq Bey last season was a decent rookie, and this year he's definitely taken the next step. But if I could get decent value for him in a trade, this would be the time to do it. But as of now, he's definitely a forward on the rise, but I would sell him high, like I mentioned, if I could. The next guy on the rise is OG Abanubi of the Toronto Raptors. Abanubi, he came back recently last week off the protocol list, and he's playing good basketball. And what a season it's been for him. 19.3 points a game, 5.3 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.7 steals a game, 2.6 threes a game, and 43% from the field. But the last few weeks here since he returned, 19 points a game, 5.5 boards, 1.5 assists, 2.3 steals a game, and 45% from the field. So OG, we know he was good last season for fantasy owners, but this year he's definitely taken the next step for this Toronto Raptor team. In the last few games for him, January 2nd versus the Knicks, 14 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, 3 steals, a 3, 36% from the field. January 4th versus the Spurs, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 threes, 35% from the field. And January 5th at the Milwaukee Bucks, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 threes, and 60% from the field. So right here, he's hitting the 3 ball. He's giving fantasy owners all types of categories with the rebounds and the assists. And he's been shooting a decent percentage on the season. But right here, that's the only thing that has to go up here for Abanubi, in my opinion. But he's definitely a forward on the rise. And the 5th and final forward on the rise is Demar Derozan, a former Toronto Raptors. So Demar Derozan, a great first season, no doubt about it, this year with the Chicago Bulls. On the season, 26.9 points a game, 5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and 49% from the field. So his points have gone up 5 points a game from last season, from San Antonio here to Chicago. In the last few weeks here for DeRozan, 27.3 points a game, 4.5 boards, 5.7 assists, a steal a game, and 46% from the field. So right here, he's hit a couple big game-winning shots and clinching type of shots that end the games over the last few weeks here is DeRozan. So December 31st at Indiana, 28 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, a 3, 33% from the field. January 1st at Washington, 28 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, a 3, 45% from the field. And January 3rd versus the Magic, 29 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 45% from the field. So this season here, his scoring has gone back to old school type of DeRozan, like his days in Toronto, where he was scoring 25, 27 points a game. With this season, him averaging 26. So right here, it's been a great pickup for the Bulls, and he's been a great factor in fantasy, and he's definitely a forward on the rise this week. So that's a few forwards on the rise here for Week 12 of the fantasy basketball season.